When you are an empath, you are always worried about the role that you play in other people's life because you are able to understand the other person's standpoint and perspective. You understand their suffering. A lot of us have this self-sabotaging behavior because of self-sacrifice. We tend to completely forget that what role do we play in our lives and get absorbed in what role we play in other people's life. We start seeing ourselves from their perspective because we understand them. We are able to put ourselves in their shoes. But a lot of time that can backfire you. If you become too much entangled with the roles that you play in other people's life, you completely forget your own needs, your own desires, your own highest self. And a lot of times it can happen that when you are identified with the roles that you play in other people's life, they clash with your highest self. Maybe those roles can no longer belong in your highest timeline, in your highest reality, where you are headed. Maybe those roles are a baggage for you. And if you are asking permission slips from those roles, that once you get their validation, then finally you will become your highest self, or you will get that green light, then you are in an illusion. Because you have to understand that certain roles, they just require a no from you. When people are holding you back because of their own reasons, whatever it may be, their actions are not aligned with your highest good, even when they don't mean any harm. But unfortunately, that's what they end up doing. So that's their role. You can't ignore that. But as empaths, we only understand their suffering. But what about you? So you have to put yourself first as well. You have to put your own highest self first. And it just means that you have to see the role as it is. That the person is playing the role of pulling you back, of holding you back. And you are playing the role of saying no. It is as simple as that. But when you are an empath, you understand the other person. You are able to look at the other person's suffering of what they are going through and why are they doing what they are doing. So you have to be the observer at this moment. You have to become conscious. And not just conscious, you have to become consciousness. You have to be a neutral observer and separate from yourself from these roles and see yourself as who you are, not from other people's standpoint, not the roles that you play in other people's life, but the role that you play in your own life. Because if you get too much hooked up on those roles, you start sacrificing yourself. And a lot of us go through this self-sacrificing behavior where we sacrifice our own needs, our own wants over other people's needs. And it can start from a really early age, and we completely normalize that behavior, that self-sacrifice behavior, which is not something healthy. It is dysfunctional, because there you are not something that matter. Your needs, your wants, all are secondary. You are not a priority, and you normalize that. You think that you are never a priority, but you are worthy of being a priority in your own life. What role do you play in your own life? Do you play the role of being your highest self, or are you just concerned with all the roles that you play in other people's life? So become aware of it, because a lot of our energy is leaking because of those roles. It is being drained because we are trying to maintain that role which has expired, which has no need to exist in this present. And a lot of times, the people who are expecting you to play that role, they are unconscious. They are not realizing that you are a changed person, you have evolved. So the more you are stuck in that role, you are draining your energy. You are carrying the baggage and you are unable to level up in your life. So release that baggage. Observe yourself beyond those roles that you play in other people's life and see the role that you play in your own life. Is your role currently of being your highest self, or are you sacrificing, sabotaging your own self? Question yourself this. Observe your own actions. Observe your choices, because it's right in front of you. You just have to see it. You just have to understand it. So stop identifying too much with the roles that you play in other people's life. Don't let it sabotage yourself. Don't sacrifice your highest self for the roles that you play in other people's life, especially when those roles are expired, when they no longer exist, and they no longer align with who you have become in this present moment. So honor your energy, honor your highest self, and make yourself a priority. Much love to you all.